The Clarity Centre in UCD is a Centre for Science, Engineering and Technology which is funded by Science Foundation Ireland. A year ago, researchers in the Clarity Centre came together with other researchers in the Derry CSET, in 4C, in Cleek and in the Trill Centre to design and propose a new, larger research centre operating across most of the Irish universities. This new centre is called Insight and it is focusing on data analytics. In the Clarity Centre in UCD, we're really excited about the smartphone as a sensing platform. Not only as a sensing platform, but also something that can aggregate data and can communicate data and can feed information back to the person who is being measured. Smartphones are ubiquitous technology now. That means that any sensing application that we develop on the smartphone platform can be made available to a very wide population base.
As a physiotherapist, I know that when you give patients exercises to do at home, they either forget how to do these exercises correctly or they don't bother to do them at all. So VitsViz has been designed to support patients as they're performing their exercises in the home. VitsViz uses a smartphone as a sensor, which when strapped to the leg, for example, it measures the angle of the leg with respect to gravity. So if the patient is not performing their exercises correctly, the app on the phone recognises this and provides feedback to the patient to correct the movement. Most biofeedback solutions that are being used in clinical practice at the moment are quite elaborate and expensive and they cannot be used outside of the clinical environment. So this is a system that most patients already own and it's obviously more user-friendly for use in the home environment. So the next step to be taken is for us in the Clarity Centre to work with the largest physiotherapy company in Ireland to beta test this technology in rehabilitation. For the clinician or the therapist, the benefits will be that they know that the patient is complying with their exercise programme. So hopefully this would again result in better outcomes from the rehabilitation.
In Clarity and UCD, we're very interested in using mobile phones along with sensors to analyse athletes' performance. We've built a jumping app to measure an athlete's jumping height. It gives a measure of performance of the muscle power in the legs of an athlete. So what we can do from that is if an athlete's in training, we can measure their improvement from a particular training program. So at the minute we can measure athlete performance in a lot of different ways. We can bring an athlete into a lab and we can measure a lot of details about an athlete's performance in very, very good detail. But that's difficult because we have to get the athlete into the lab, and this is only really useful for elite athletes. And what we want to do now is use the powerful technology in sensors and in mobile phones to enable, I suppose, youth teams and smaller community-based sports teams the same ability to measure their athletes' performance.
I only think that we've truly innovated when we do something that transfers or translates into practice on the ground. If we do something that provides us as academic researchers with an interesting result and we can write a paper, that's wonderful. But if we do something that changes the way people perform, or the way people practice in healthcare, then that's innovation.